Welcome to another one of my summer vlogs. If you love these type of vlogs, how to do videos, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell icon. So what we up to? We're back at the Park Lake, the scene of the crime. I call that lovely PP Common, last trip down. Look at it out there, it looks absolutely beautiful. I'm here with your favourite, the old Carp Dog. Bless him. Look at him having a little snooze. Look, normal look at him. Beautiful, isn't he, eh? He's raring to go. He's all tucked up in there. Just had our dinner. Gonna get the kettle on in a minute as well. But it's not, I haven't seen nothing at all. So I've come in this little corner hoping that they're either going to turn up or they're here. It's only just started blowing in here today. Looking at the weather forecast, it's looking rather spot on, isn't it? It's beautiful here. Look, if you was a carp, you'd be in here, wouldn't you? Well, no, I would. So I've pinged 3 baits out. I'll show you. I pinged one round the right, one straight front, and one to the left out there. Single hook base again, and I haven't seen no black chickens, but I've seen plenty, and I mean plenty, of the old flying rats. You'll probably see them swooping around in a minute. Hey, look, here's one. Look, he's just there. Look, he's up there. Bless him, eh? He's going to get it later on. Well, he ain't going to get my bait because I'm going to wait till dark and then I'm going to stick them out. I'm going to stick about 10-15 baits around each rod and see how we go. See if we hear them in the night or catch one. But I've got a sneaky suspicion that if I haven't seen them now, they're not here. But where would you be if you was a carp? Look, pushing in this little corner. So I've done the next best thing after seeing them is going on where I think they are. So that's where we're at. Just had a nice little bit of dinner. Gonna get the kettle on, snuggle up to the old furry one. Watch, listen and see what happens. So there we go. Catch you either in the night or in the morning when we make a decision on what we're going to do. See you soon, guys. Well, morning, guys. Well, that was an uneventful night. I didn't get to sleep till about midnight. I was listening and watching and making a few brews and just trying to suss out whether there's any fish here. Well, I didn't hear nothing, didn't see nothing. I've been up since 4 this morning. It's now 6 o'clock. So I've been up for a couple of hours. And I've not seen a dicky bird out in front of me. Nothing at all. Not a bleep, nothing poking his head out. And I always get up early because the fish tend to give themselves away on every lake I've ever fished. Morning is a really good time. So guys, if there's one tip I can give you, get up early and watch and listen and look. So it's a little bit too early to move just yet. Probably I'll have a slow pack up, have a couple more brews. Probably in the next couple of hours, I'm definitely going to move out of here if I don't see anything else. I've got to move. From me last night anyway, on my 48-hour session, look at that wind, look, you can see it. You can probably hear it in the audio. Proper blowing in here, but there's no fish here. They're just not here. Sometimes that's just the way it is. It's a bit cold though. You see I've got my jacket on. It's bloody summer. And it's freezing. So that could be a factor that they've not got on this wind because it's just too cold for them. So that's where we're at and that's what we're going to do. We're going to give it a couple more hours, slow pack up and then have a move. Hopefully if we see anything or on a hunch if we don't. But they're definitely not here. And we've got to take some action to give us a chance of getting a bite on our last night. We've had a move into this little corner. I looked round for hours, I just couldn't see nothing, but we've moved into this little corner here. Me and a furry creature. Fish in a corner, you've got a tree line along there, and it goes out into the main body of the lake. So, position our 3 rods out there. Managed to get the left hand rod out. I'm fishing off the snags. There's a few snags there. I'm fishing about 15 foot off the snags because I don't want to lose a fish. I'd rather fish off than fish tight because you always got a chance of hook pull or something, or you know, get snagged up and losing the fish. I don't like doing that. Don't like losing fish. We've got another rod straight out, and the right hand one's off round to the right. So let's have a look down there. Let's have a quick look anyway. Put the glasses on, but it's a beautiful day. There's a furry one, look. There he is, look. Here he is sitting in there. He's liking his new swim anyway. Right, let's have a look at that. It might be quite bright. It's quite a bright day, look. Just have a look out there. That's one fishing. I've got one rod. We'll see what the grebe is out there. Not too far from him, but not tight. Fired about 20 baits out there. Let's have a look a bit further out there. Look, it's quite a bright, sunny afternoon. Nice bay, wind's trickling in. Got a guy fishing across there. He's fishing across there, and he's had one. He's had a fish early hours this morning. So the fish are about. There's been a few fish coming from this area as well recently over the last couple of weeks. So it had to be better than sitting. I know it looked absolutely lovely over there. If I was a carp, that's where I'd be, on the end of that wind down there. But there was just nothing there. I didn't see anything, no liners, nothing. It was, yeah, sometimes you just have to dive in and make that move, didn't you? So there we go, that's where we're set up. We're set up for the evening. Me and the furry creature. New swim, new opportunities, and going into our last night. Let's see if we can get a bite. So catch up with you soon, guys. Well, so I'll give you an update. As you can see, it's just on dusk, just about to get dark, and that left hand rod that's 10 foot off the snags, I've just lost one on it. Can't believe it. I'm gutted. Sitting there just a minute ago, and no sign of any fish or anything. Just felt confident with the move, done the effort, moved, got the rod on the spot, about 10 baits around it, and just about half an hour ago, just as it's getting dark, lost one. So I'm proper gutted at the moment. Yeah, I think that's my chance. So I've got to go in the morning. But the wind stopped, it's all calmed down, looks lovely. Just absolutely gutted that we've lost one. But you have to keep on keeping on, you have to keep on picking yourself up. So I've gotten back out there, I've got the left hand rod again, I'm off about 10 foot again, locked right up. You know, it was going and going and going, and I was just holding it, and what happened was a little branch or something, I was just holding it there, and it just cut the hook link just below the clip. So I'm gutted for the fish trailing and hook in its mouth, but I can't believe it. You know, I've never had one go there. It must have rubbed up against something sharp or something, and it's just severed it in half. So as I say, I've got the rod back out there. I'm going to get the kettle on as I normally do. That's what us British do, don't we? Times of harshness and up against it, we get the kettle on. Bit of a stiff upper lip. So that's what I'm going to do. Probably get my head down now and get up early, about 4:30 again in the morning, and watch to see if there's any fish before I have to pack up about 9 o'clock, get off to work. So that's where we're at, guys. Gutted lost one, but never know, might get another chance. So I might see you in the middle of the night, or we'll catch up again in the morning. Morning, guys. Quiet night after losing that fish. I sat there last night thinking, is there anything I could have done to prevent it? But I was fishing off the snag, 10 foot, at least 10 foot, probably about 15 foot. I applied the correct pressure, just, you know, I held the fish, I held the rod, I just halted the fish, and it just managed to find a little snag and cut the hook link. So it's just one of them things. It's just the way it is, you know. Disappointing to lose a fish. Always disappointing to lose a fish, especially this lake where there's some monsters in here. But that's just it, you know, it's law of averages. You're going to lose one every now and again. So here's a little, look, here's a fluffy one. Look at him. Look at him. He's ready to go. So it's about 9 o'clock. Another 15 minutes. Going to have pack up, get off to the real world, get off to work, and, you know, be back in a couple of weeks' time. Don't forget, guys, if you like these type of videos, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and you won't miss another video. Until the next time, be lucky. See you soon.